actually dug right through solid rock. So there's no stories in this wall. But the rock is so solid. We'll go to another tunnel later on called Hunter. It's real soft volcanic rock. So they had to clear it up in order to go through it. And yet, of course, the monument was put up for the president because by the chicken train folk after he was killed, shot July 2nd, and they all had a memorial service out here for 100 days. So they all chipped in the memorial of the carpenter. This gorge is just one of the most spectacular things I've ever seen. Watch your step. Also, you'll notice every once in a while you'll feel a little different tug and pull on the train. You get a section of the track, you'll feel it, the vibration of the wheels. That's when the track has been moved or tweaked by the snow train when you push the snow out of it. That's what causes that when you try to ride, you get it. They come up and inspect these tracks all the time. They were up there even safe. It's just you can feel that. They have to push snow out of the way.
Okay, you guys see this big red rock ahead of us, a white retaining wall? Well, this rock has slowly been coming down the mountain until 2002. They were finally able to get it to stop, but they still measure it every year. It's slowly coming down the hill. Well, it stops, so they don't have to worry about it now, hopefully. But they do measure it. But up to 2002, it was measured. If we will come real close up here to it, the bow of the front of the train looks like it's riding right by the bow of a ship pulling up to a dock. Right here, really close. Real close. Right here. This rock is coming down. Oh, it was. It has stopped now. They have big boats up there, great big washers to hold it up there. The rock you see out in the middle of the valley out there, some people, what I'm telling you, I can't verify because they had two geologists to argue about that one rock. They claimed that was once it was a volcano when it shut itself down. That is a lava. It stopped overflow, erupting, sealed it off. Another geologist happened to be the daughter of the one who said that. Said, "Oh no, you're wrong, Daddy." Said that was nothing but a vent hole. And the lava got in that thing, but as an ice glacier came down through here, the ice glacier broke around there and left it. It kept traveling down the valley out there. If it's a volcano, I don't know. If it didn't, I don't know. But geologists argue about everything up here. We do have a slow order through here. We will creep through this next cut. A lot of loose rock up there. The vibration of the train could cause a rock to come tumbling down, derail our engine or our car. Slow order right here. You all know what a star drill is. A star drill? Okay, you can bore a hole through rock, concrete with a star drill. Take a little hammer and a ball and sit there and turn and turn and turn the little drill and you hit on it. It drives on down, put a hole in rock, concrete, brick, whatever. They use star drills up here blasting this mountain out there. Were very large though, and they hit them with a ball. Yeah, the guy had to be brave enough to sit there and turn that thing to keep from getting his hands tore off. But we'll show you a spot in just a minute that's about 15 feet long. And they poured from the top, packed it out with black powder, stuck a fuse to it, got it out of the way. Star drills. They did have dynamite when they built this railroad. It was very unstable, very expensive, and General Palmer had now a clout with the military where he could buy black powder a lot cheaper, and so he used black powder in here. No dynamite, just black powder. Now, we do have one book that says dynamite, but that was an error in that book. All the paperwork says black powder. If you notice across the valley out there, you see the gray spot coming down at an angle. No trees growing over there, and the volcanic spheres down low. Those things are 35, 40, 50 feet tall. And back when the volcanoes were erupting, that was a lava coming up out of the earth down there. When it shut down, it just hardened into that rock out there. That little green you see at the top, a lot of people can see it. That was copper in that rock, but it's not. It's just a fungus growing on the rock up there. You found one, didn't you? Where they bored down? Yes, sir. This simply, a lot of those spots are down low. You can see them real good. We have to still be looking down the road bed to find them. But right around the curve ahead of the engine is where we can see one to be on the right, left-hand side, about 15 feet long. But they bored down in there to blast the rock out. If we get on in close to something that, we can show you the black powder magazine where they stored the black powder. The engine just real close to where I'm going to point this out. Now we're going to be on the left-hand side of the train looking up kind of high. And we'll see a long straight line coming up pretty close, just past this tree and a little bit farther. little bit further. Okay, here we go. This long flat rock right here. See that long line coming down through there? That's where they beat it out with a star drill, packed out with powder. Wait for the railroad track. So look real hard, there will be an opening in the in the aspen trees. And I'll do the best I can to see it. But when I'm not seeing it, you will be seeing it back here. If you look at the correct angle over this car, there'll be a door back there, it's about a foot and a half thick, where they dug back into the mountain, store the black powder will be lined with stone on the outside. We'll point that out in just a minute, but I will be in the front. When I say start looking, you start looking the way I'm pointing my hand.
I'll try to angle the camera so that it gets it. And then in post edit, I'll put an arrow. Well, if yeah. Sublet. This guy keeps saying interesting stuff. Yeah. Minute in. Yeah.
Okay, we are coming closer and closer now. And when I start pointing and saying there the magazine is, you start looking, because you will ride into the spot in the aspen trees, a wide open spot to look back there about 200, 250 yards, and it will be at this angle off the car. Some of you may have already seen it, but we hadn't quite got to my opening yet.
Give or take.
Okay. Now you can see it on the side. Okay, this little group of aspen right here. We can work all the way through here. I'm glad it's going this slow. Maybe you'll be able to see it. Better have your cameras ready if you want a picture, because it'll take just a second. We'll be by. Okay, coming up where I am standing right now, if you look back 250 yards back there, you see the door open on it. Now, I cannot see it now. You guys maybe can. And everybody
Put an
gets to
arrow
see
in post.
the thing.
I saw it.
All right.
Better yet, I make sure the camera's. Yeah.
Okay, coming into Sublet. This was a place where it was a section. Okay, this is what they were telling you if you've been on the way down and I was going back. But for those of you who are going up, up here, people lived up here year-round at this altitude. And their job was to maintain the track
about 11 miles in either direction of this section house. The section foreman and his wife lived in one house, and the crew members lived in the other. When we pull in, you'll see that on the far end down there is the crew's living quarters, where mostly the single guys now lived at. But this big house is where the section foreman lived. And tell me something that's unusual about, well, now here they're going to stop short. Of course they do.
Oh, man, it's
Something
weird not to be
unusual
moving
about
now.
the house that the section hands lived in is the fact that it's dovetailed, put together. There's no nails in this house. They put it together like Lincoln logs when we were kids, and they go together as a dovetail. That's how it's done. Now that nobody lives up here anymore, but the friends of the railroad, and we have maintained this and restored these buildings. And the color you notice is green and white. There's a purpose for that color. That color stands for abandonment. So when you go through on a train somewhere and you see buildings that are painted green and white, you know they're abandoned. Nobody lives there anymore. The kids used to live up here also year-round, and Mom and Dad put them on a train, send them back to Chama or all the way up to Antonito, and they'd stay with family or friends during the week and go to school. And then on Saturday and Sunday, they'd come home, spend the weekends. There's a story that goes along with this about one of the young children. But anyway, this young man loved to ski. And he would ski just as often as he could ski, as far as he could ski, anytime he could get away. And the story goes that he would take and leave from Sublette up here and he would ski down the mountain, all the way down. And then the two guys that run the train to pick him up and bring him back on their return trip. That's how he spent his weekends. That's how he entertained himself. They didn't have internet. Didn't have Game Boy. Didn't have all those things. And if you're trying to call somebody from up here, you're not going to have much luck either, because we still don't have cell service. Okay, here we go. Now you can look at the colors a little bit better as we go through town. Okay, this big house, this is where the section foreman and his family lived at. And then if you look, here's this building here, is where the single guys all lived at. And like I was telling you, looking at the corners, you can actually see the dovetails through the paint job. If I'm not mistaken, they were required to check the track 11 miles on either side of this section house. So you can imagine in January what it was like if you're going to check rails. Express Railroad?
Oh crap, I don't know that.
I hear there's at least been 2.
Well, there was a whole bunch.
Yeah.
They had a movie in 1968, Good Guys and Bad Guys with Robert Mitchum. And I know you younger people, who's that? Okay. I know who that is. I'm old enough. Some of you may or may not. 1970 Shootout with Gregory Peck. Showdown with Dean Martin and Rock Hudson. Now that goes back. Bush and Sundance. Do you remember that movie? Those of you who are a little bit younger. Legend of the Lone Ranger. A B movie. Where the hell is that gold? Willie Nelson. And they filmed that movie, and we're going to cross a trestle. That they filmed part of that movie, and they burned it down. Willie had to buy us a new bridge. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Brotherhood of the Gun, 1991. In 1973, they filmed a movie, pretty successful one at that, 1993, Wyatt Earp with Kevin Costner. And from what I understand, it's only scuttlebutt, I haven't got anything to back it up, but apparently they're going to have a new movie that they're going to film here before long, and it's one of the Wolverine movies. They're painting a car in Chama right now, and so it happens to be all white. And so a car like that, they're going to paint it whatever color that the movie people want them to paint it, so that it'll match on their movie.
Counting the new one, it's 10.
Yep.
That box guy. The one behind the engine.
You're awake.
Wait.
Yeah, Jeff, you can sleep.
No, I hike about 12,000 steps a day.
That's standard.
What do you mean is that standing?
Standard.
Oh. I don't know, I can't tell.
No?
We might have to look at it.